Yo boys, what is going on and welcome back to the channel once again today, where we are going to be playing with the fastest expo deck you can possibly get. Now this may not be the fastest in terms of things like the average elixir cost or second round. Well, for the second round we'll get to that, but we have got a 3.0 elixir PumpBow deck. Now this deck does have 3-1 elixir card, boys, so you can just imagine how quick this cycle is about to be. We are about to assert some dominance, do some damage, and you know, I'm excited, boys. No one likes playing against Expo, but whenever you have a deck this overpowered, boys, you know, it's always fun to play with. And so we're going to be ruining people's day today, and we're actually going to get aggressive right here already and go for Expo. See what he's going to do about it. Now, it seems like we're playing against probably some kind of Lumberloon deck, I'd imagine, or maybe some kind of a Golem deck. Never mind, scratch that, it's even higher skill than both the ones I just listed. We're going to have Lumberjack E-Bar, which will be fun to play against, I'm sure. And we're going to get some nice damage here right off the bat. And Joe, we can do, this guy has no elixir. He wastes his final bit going for that zap, and we are already showing the power of this deck, boys. We don't even really need to go for a supporting Tesla onto that Expo. And we're going to go for our pump already. I would not be one bit surprised. This guy's already rage quit 1 minute into the video. Would be insane, but it seems to look that way, boys, and I don't blame him, because we absolutely decimated him off the start there, and that's just what happens, boys. You just punish everyone. But without further ado, we'll hop straight into the second game. And yes, guys, we are back for the second game, getting straight into the action once again after that dominant win with that guy just rage quitting first play. I feel a bit bad for him, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do out here, boys. We gotta take the wins as we can. You know, I would like to cut that out, but I just need to show you guys how insane this deck is. Just outplaying that easily. Now, given that was a bit of a menace player, you know, going for the E-Barb Lumberjack. He did overcommit so heavily, but that is what it is. You know, he paid the price for it, boys. So we're going to suffer a lot of damage here, I think. This might be a bit difficult for us to clean up. He's going to even go for, if we go Skeletons, I mean, go Tesla here. Not going to quite be in time, but we should prevent most damage, I hope. Now, we're still going to keep tower. It's not going to be ideal, but we still keep tower. And we do have still have our... Oh, no, we're not going to keep tower, actually. Never mind, I spoke way too soon. But what we do keep is our pump in the back right. And we can start building up here really quick. You know, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you go up against good matches, sometimes you go up against bad matches. But let's go in for Expo here and see what he's going to pull out against it. I'm not sure if he'll have any real ground troops. But what we can do, actually... I will just go for Evo Tesla now. See what this guy's going to do about it. And we should clean this all up pretty nicely, actually. And we should get a lot of damage done with this Expo. Yeah, really nice. And then what we're going to do, I was going to hit the Little Prince ability, but we will just go for the Elixir Collector now, since he goes for the arrows as well. It's even easier for us, because we get an even better matchup. That was a big overcommitment with the arrows. Think he would have bet off just taking the extra like 400 or 500 damage, save himself 3 Elixir, but he didn't, and I will not complain one bit about it, boys. Let's go for the Expo here, honestly. I know it's very, very aggressive, and it's going to put us in a bit of a difficult situation here, but we're going to get a little bit more damage off, and that's going to be that could be the difference at the end of this game, boys, you know. Because we don't really have spells, so we're kind of relying on our Expo damage to get across here. And I know I'm a big enthusiast for putting spells in your deck, but this guy, you know, this deck doesn't need it, boys. You know, we're going to destroy that much that we just don't need spells. Now let's go for another pump. I'll go for it in the back left here. I just don't want him to get double value going for his arrows. So we'll go for the healthy pump on the left side, and he goes for his Valkyrie, so we can go in for another Expo here. Gonna go for the Evo Skeletons. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. I think that was kind of bad from us. We'll go for the Tesla here. Hopefully we can take this down quite quickly. With the help of the Dagger Duchess we will anyway. Wow. Okay, let's go for that, and then we're going to go for another Expo here in the center. Don't know why I didn't go for it over on the right, but I didn't. And okay, we're going to get onto the tower. Nice, okay. Making progress, boys. So that's going to be the right tower gone. So we're in a better position now. Let's go for our pump here in the back. No, it might not be the best pump, but I think it's the best in the situation that we have. Let's go for our Evo Tesla plus the Fire Spirit here. Then hopefully we can get that balloon taken out quite quickly. And the Little Prince should be able to get some damage going here. Let's go for Expo. I was kind of hoping that we could get the Lava Hound to lock onto the Expo, but we couldn't. And we're going to hit the Guardian here. I don't mind letting this Lava Hound kind of do its thing. I will go for my Tesla here right at the very end, just to make sure that we don't take too much damage to the pups. But we'll let it go for now, and we're going to go for another Elixir Collector here. I think that's a really, really bad player from him, to be honest, going for that like that, but I'll take it. Let's go for the Little Prince here, and then we'll go for another Tesla just up higher and make sure we pull everything back. Don't want to be taking too much unnecessary damage on this right tower, especially if this game has the possibility of coming down to a bit of an end game of damage v damage. Now let's go for an Expo here. We have our Evo Tesla. We'll go for it right about now, see if we can catch something. And we just catch his Valkyrie, which is very, very nice for us, boys. And we're going to be on the tower already. Let's go for another Expo. Keep applying this pressure really, really high. We'll go for a Tesla here over on the right side. He is starting to panic. We'll go for the Evo Skeletons here in case he's on top of the Expo, which he is. He's going to place the Valkyrie, but I think it might be too little too late, boys. All we need to do is hold on at this point. So we'll go for the defensive Expo here in case he goes for a balloon in the pocket, which he very well might, but I think he might have had enough, and that should be it for this game. We were in overtime, but you know, we could try and see this out, but I don't know if we even need to be honest. I think we've kind of got a bit of a security win here. So we're just going to take it easy, but I will go for the Expo here, just to kind of prevent and kind of apply as much pressure. You know, if we're attacking on the left side, he can't attack on the right side, so that's kind of the best way of going about it. We're just going to throw it in every building. One thing we do have going for us so much in this end game is the fact that, you know, he can't break through because we have 3 buildings we can just throw down. So all of his troops are just going to keep bouncing building to building, and whenever he gets up here, we'll go for the Expo for this balloon, and very, very nice. We'll go for the little prince here, and then we just go for the Tesla over on the left a little bit. That'll pull everything, and that's going to be a nice and easy clutch out for game number 2, boys. We'll hop straight into the third game. And yes, guys, we are back for the third and final game against this guy after 2 really dominant wins. So hopefully we can keep the fashion going, and hopefully we can go again. Don't know why I went for my Fire Spirit. He literally has a Dagger Duchess, which counters it. You know, I think it's kind of unfair that both the new tower troops can counter the spirits, but the Princess Tower doesn't. You know, I don't think that any of them should counter it, if I'm being honest, but that's the way it is. And this guy's going to go for a very, very interesting giant graveyard off the bat. I know, I mean, to be fair, if this was all the way around, I would have done the exact same thing. You got to punish aggressive plays, which was what I did going for this pump. But luckily, it's going to pay off. We're going to be okay. He very well might go for a bit more of an overcommitment. I will just go for I was actually going to not go for the Guardian, but I think that's the best play here, just to kind of go for it. I don't think we needed it, but you know, sometimes it's better to go for these things than regret not going for it later. So we probably didn't even need the defensive Expo, to be honest. With the Dagger Duchess, you just take things out. But at least the Expo is going to keep us kind of a bit more defensively sound for a little while, so we can start going for elixir collectors and whatnot. And one thing that's good about having the Expo here is, for his giant graveyard pushes, if we can get the Expo to lock onto the graveyard, so we go for really deep Expos, we can probably get some really good value out of it. So let's go for the little prince here in the back, and get that 3-card cycle going, and maybe we can get around to another elixir pump pretty quickly. Which we could if we wanted to. I just don't want to overcommit that drastically. Now we're going to go for another defensive Expo, just trying to deter him a little bit from going for something really aggressive. And we will go for a Guardian here, just to go in, get a little bit more damage off, why not. And let's go for the E-Spear here, take out all these bats, hopefully, if it'll place eventually. And yeah, it's going to do a really, really good job. Keep us in this game, and we are doing quite well so far, boys. Now, we're just going to go for another elixir collector here in the back right, and he probably will poison it, but that's okay. We don't mind that. We actually, I would encourage him to poison it. Okay, there we go. Now he's going to poison it. Now what we can do is start going for a 3-card cycle. We're in double elixir, you know, it is what it is. We got to do what you got to do to win games, boys. So we're going to go for another defensive Expo. And I know we're playing this very boringly, boys. You know, sometimes you just got to play to win sometimes, and that's what we're doing here. So we'll go for another pump in the back. We're going to hit the Guardian ability here, and then we will go for the Fire Spear. He's going to go for the poison, but we still have a lot going on here on the field, and we should clean this all up pretty easily. Now let's go for the Evo Skeletons here, which should clean that all up. I hope, you know, if Evo Skeletons are as overpowered as they once were, which I'm not sure if they are, to be honest. But you know, they're still a force to be reckoned with. Okay, let's go for our normal Skeletons here, and we'll go for the Electro Spirit. And we're back round. We can go for another collector here in the back right, and I think this should be the beginning of the end. We should be able to start really pulling away from him in the elixir field. We're going for another defensive Expo. I'm sorry you have to watch this. I'm sorry this has to hurt your eyes so much, but you know, you got to do it sometimes, boys. Now let's go for this. We'll go for Electro Spirit, and we're going to go for our Skeletons here, and let's go for a little prince here in the back into this giant. I feel like he's gonna. Oh, he very nearly got the King Dog to be a shiny there. Now let's go for this. We'll go for an elixir collector here in the back right, back left, sorry, and I think we should. I know I said it earlier, but this should be the beginning of the end. I'm going to start going in for my defensive expos now, especially as he goes for giant in the back. So if we can just get stuff going ASAP, we should be able to break through. And let's go for the what's it called, the Tesla here. And now he's going to get everything down in time, so he is going to survive this push. But I think we have enough pressure where we can just push, especially since he's starting to have to go for his poisons onto my expos rather than my pumps. Okay, now he's going to go in up the right side as well. We do have the skeleton that's going up that left side, which should be able to distract him for quite a while. And now our little prince should clean up this right side, I hope. And we can go for another expo here any second now. We get it down, and that is going to not quite connect on tower yet. Come on, we're back around to another expo, so we'll go for it in the center. And he's going to go for a giant here. Now we can hopefully clean this giant up pretty quickly, I would imagine. Let's go for the Evo Tesla here as well. Just take out these Evo skeletons and clean up that skeleton king. Let's go for the fire spirit here. We'll go for the electro spear, and we're going to go for our Evo Tesla. Now we'll go for the little prince as well. Go for it into the poison because I'm just high IQ like that. And we'll go for another expo. We're really applying the pressure right now. This guy's got some insane damage on us both sides, so we really need to start being aggressive, getting some good pushes going here, boys. And I just don't know if we can break through. The expo connects, but it's too little too late. We're not going to be able to break through in this final game. I think we played this as best we could. I don't know if there's anything we could have done different. He just has too many tank cards, and that's it, boys. And as you can see, boys, this is the deck that we did use for today's video. Now, we put in a good shift in that third game. We just couldn't manage to break through. I think we did everything we possibly could. And, you know, it just, you win some, you lose some. But we had a good showing for the first and second game, so I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And if you did enjoy, do be sure to hit that like and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all tomorrow for a brand new video. And peace out.